Let's finish our overview of SQL basics with the distinct keyword. This is going to allow you to only get distinct records from your result set. So for example, if I take away just our top, and we'll just have the select star from order lines, and let's just run that just to see what we have. We have the same 231 rows. Let's just make sure that we have that there. So we see that our order ID is going to duplicate in some circumstances. That's because we could have multiple order lines per order, as we've talked about before. Let's actually just select our order ID column and go ahead and F5 that. We will still have the same 231,000 rows. If we now select distinct of that single column and click F5, we're going to see how many distinct orders we have. Automatically, we can see that we have that order ID 2 has already been condensed down into 1, similar to what we did in the group by, but this is just giving us a distinct row. And now we see a result set is down to 73,000 rows. Let's actually get rid of distinct quickly and come back here. And there was another column that had some non-distinct value, such as descriptions. Let's select our description here and let's order by description. Press F5. So now when we run this, we can see that we have many records that are the exact same description. So now let's add a distinct and press F5. And all of those multiple values are going to be condensed down into their distinct value. So now we'll have all distinct value in a result set. We actually only have 227 distinct descriptions. You can also add multiple columns to your select list. For example, if I now add order ID, let's click F5. So now this is going to give us distinct row for our description order ID pair. So you can see that we're back up to 231,000 rows because we don't have any duplicates for our description order ID pairs. We have extremely clean data since we're using a sample database provided by Microsoft, so there isn't actually any duplicate records. But if you were in a production database at a normal company, you would see plenty of duplicate records throughout your database. So you could actually just select star from the table and make sure you have select distinct. First, let's get rid of our order by. So just select distinct star, and that will make sure you don't have any duplicate records in your table. This is going to be a little bit slower than simply selecting star from order lines, because your query has to figure out which row is duplicate and to filter that out. And in some cases, you might actually want to include duplicates. That's why it's actually a good idea to always have these ID columns, such as order line ID, order ID. All these IDs are going to ensure that you don't have duplicate records where you don't want them. But that's a little bit deeper into how you would organize setting up a database yourself. As far as reporting, just know that you have this handy distinct keyword in order to remove duplicates if you don't want them in your dataset. You can select distinct from the entire table, or you can specify a single column or multiple columns, just to make sure you don't have any duplicate values in your result set.